Juman Sheikh and Algu Chaudhry were best friends. So strong was their bond of friendship that when either of them went away from the village, the other looked after his family, and both were greatly respected in the village. Now, Juman had an old aunt who had some property. I'll transfer my property to you, Juman, if you only promise to look after me. The arrangement worked well for a couple of years only. Then the situation changed. Juman and his family were tired of the old relative. Juman became an indifferent to her as his wife, who grudged even the little food that the old lady wanted every day. For a few months she swallowed these insults along with her food. But patience has its own limits. One day, my son, it is now obvious that I am not wanted in your house. Kindly give me a monthly allowance so that I can set up a separate kitchen. My wife knows how to run the house. Be patient. This angry note it made Aunt very angry and she decided to take the case to the village panchayat. For many days, the old lady was seen talking to the villagers, explaining her case and seeking their support. Some sympathized with her, others laughed at her, and few others advised her to make it up with her nephew and his wife. At last, she came to Algu Chaudhry and spoke to him. But is it right, my son, to keep mum and not say what you consider just and fair? You know, Chachi, Juman is my best friend. How can I go against him? Come to the panchayat and speak the truth. Algu didn't reply, but her words kept ringing in the ears. The panchayat was held the same evening under the banyan tree. Juman says, the voice of the panchayat, the voice of the court. Let my aunt nominate the head punch. I will abide by her decision. Aunt says, the punch knows neither friend nor enemy. What do you say to Algu Chaudhry? Chachi, you are aware of my friendship with Juman. The aunt said that she knew, but she said that she also knew that Algu would not kill his conscience for the sake of friendship. God lived in the heart of the punch, and his voice was the voice of God. And then the old lady explained her case. Juman, you are and I are old friends. Your aunt is as dear to me as you. Now I am a punch, you and your aunt are equal before me. What have you to say in your defense? Juman says, 3 years ago, my aunt transferred her property to me. I promised to support her as long as she lived. I have done all I could. There have been a couple of quarrels between my wife and her, but I can't stop it. Now, my aunt is claiming a monthly allowance for me. It is not possible. That's all I have to say. Juman was cross examined by Algu and others. We have come into the matter carefully. In our opinion, Juman must pay his aunt a monthly allowance or else the property goes back to her. Now, the two friends were seldom seen together. The bond of friendship between them was broken. In fact, Juman was Algu's enemy and wanted to take revenge. Days passed, and as ill luck would have it, Algu Chaudhry found himself in a tight spot. One of his fine pair of bullocks died, and he sold the other to some Jhu Sahu, a cart driver in the village. The understanding was Sahu would pay the price of the bullock in a month's time. It so happened that the bullock died within a month. Several months after the bullock's death, Algu remained Sahu of the money he hadn't yet paid. But Sahu got very annoyed. I can't pay a penny for the wretched beast you sold me. He bought us nothing but ruin. I have a bullock. Use it for a month, then return it to me. But no money for your dead bullock. Alku decided to refer the case to the panchayat for a second time. In a few months, preparations of holding panchayat were made. Both parties started meeting people for seeking support. The panchayat was held under the same old banyan tree. The voice of the panchayat is the voice of the god. Let Sahu nominate the head of Panch. I will abide by his decision. Sahu saw his chance and proposed the name of Juman. Algu's heart sank and he turned pale. But what could he do? But the moment Juman became the head, he realized his responsibility as judge and the dignity of his office. Could he, seated in that high place, have his revenge now? He thought and thought. No, he must not allow his personal feelings to come in the way of speaking the truth and doing justice, as he's the head of the Panch. Both Algu and Sahu stated their cases. They were cross examined and the case was considered deeply. It is our opinion that Sahu should pay Algu the price of the bullock. When Sahu bought the bullock, it suffered from no disability or disease. The death of the bullock was unfortunate, but Algu cannot be blamed for it. This was the decision of Juman. Juman came to Algu and embraced him. Since the last panchayat, I had become your enemy. Today I realized what it means to be a Panch. A Panch has no friend nor enemy. He knows only justice. Let no one deviate from the path of justice and truth for friendship or amenity. Algu embraced his friend and wept, and his tears washed away all the dirt of misunderstanding between them. Thank you.